It is pretty insane to me how cruel human beings are to others. And I totally get why it's so difficult to just love yourself when you're constantly being dragged down by your environment. How did you learn to love yourself? I have a hard time with that fact. I'm trans. You shouldn't ask me because I have no idea. Good segue. Something that I wanted to talk about is that transitioning doesn't fix mental health issues that you have on top of it, right? For me, for example, the way that I grew up, the way that I was like socialized and whatnot, I do have a lot of insecurities. I have a lot of like low self-worth, low self-esteem. I got some learned helplessness for being criticized at like literally every opportunity there was. And it's a big struggle, right? I never really had like a good friend circle because I always had to like chase after people, and it also gives me like a little bit of trauma. And it makes it difficult. Like this on top of like gender dysphoria obviously makes a lot of things worse. It is also the reason why things like, you know, my YouTube comments and TikTok and the constant abuse and harassment on Twitter or in video games and so on, it's just like, it's getting to me. It's also the fact that like when it comes to voice training, I have voice dysphoria. I feel like really insecure about my voice. And then I constantly have people tell me, you have a male, masculine, manly voice and you will never be a woman and you don't even put enough effort into passing and whatnot. It does get to me because it's like things that I already tell myself, and that sucks. And transitioning doesn't fix that. Right? Because you know, taking HRT or you, I don't know, changing your legal name, it helps, right? If you're more aligned with yourself, it helps. And you can appreciate some of the things that you're proud of, you know, things that you like about yourself. That is always important. Highlighting these elements. But it's not going to like fix if your depression is also caused by other things other than gender dysphoria, and if there are components that just like make things worse. So it's a little bit difficult for me to just like answer because I'm still in the stage where I'm not doing too hot. I'm not doing too amazingly, right? When it comes to my mental health, and I'm struggling a lot. And I actually I broke down recently because things have been getting too much for me. The constant harassment, people twisting my words, people not reading what I'm typing, and then just like making something up in order to like hate on me or whatnot, and then tell me that I'm doing more harm to the trans community than doing anything good. It sucks. And it drags me down. Despite having bottom surgery and having like a huge issue, a huge weight lifted off my chest, there's a lot of things going on in the world that drag me down. Looking at, you know, politics, the news cycle, seeing society just rapidly become more hostile, more misogynistic, more transphobic and whatnot. It sucks. It is painful. So when you start transitioning, if you put you know, effort into being perceived as the gender that you express yourself, that you identify as, it doesn't mean that it's going to like fix all your issues, and it also doesn't mean that your gender dysphoria is ever going to like fully disappear. You might still have like imposter syndrome. You might still not feel valid enough. You might still struggle with the fact that you were raised and socialized as the wrong gender, and you lost a lot of your childhood. Maybe your family doesn't fully like accept you. There are always going to be like a lot of things that can drag you down, and it sucks. I'd like to lift some weight off your chest, ayo. Like, it's still a journey. I don't think that like your transition is ever going to be complete in that sense that like you are going to be a human without any issues, without insecurities, without any need for further character development. I also need people to realize that, you know, obviously gender dysphoria can negatively impact a lot of aspects of your life, but that doesn't mean that there aren't other mental health issues being caused by other things, right? For example, when you're being neglected, when you have childhood trauma.
What's everyone getting from Santa soon?
Give me a second. I'm yapping. We're playing the hardest game in real life on the hardest difficulty. Yeah. Give me a second. I'm half close to the trans girl, and I think you're a great inspiration. I'm glad. But I guess that might have been well wrong. Like, what I meant was, how can I learn to accept this about myself? Because how can I expect others to if I can't? That is always like a point that like transphobes weaponize against us. Like, oh, you couldn't accept who you are, so we can like disrespect you. That is just like justifying abuse. Like, do not listen to these people. You will always find like things that you're like unhappy with. It is just more important that you are also highlighting the things that you're proud of. Everybody has like down phases. Everybody has like moments in their life where they're just like not doing too good. When they're really dysphoric, when they're really like frustrated with the state of the world. It happens. It happens to me a lot. It happens to trans women where I think that, you know, they're transitioning goals and whatnot. That they also have moments where they don't feel valid enough. Don't let these moments define you, and do things that get you out of that mindset, right? Try to find the source for a lot of like these issues. If you're stuck at home and your parents are constantly like invalidating who you are and whatnot, it is really difficult to just like ignore that and stomach that. It kind of destroys you from inside. It's like sucks you dry. It is pretty insane to me how cruel human beings are to others, and I totally get why it's so difficult to just love yourself when you're constantly being dragged down by your environment. My mind is really in the gutter right now. I think for me it's the same. I haven't been doing too well. Obviously, a big source of that is the targeted harassment, the constant like invalidation and whatnot that I get through socials, the constant dogpiling, the unnecessary cruelty. That's kind of like it. Nice, good job. She said sucks you dry and that sent me. Yeah, there's social...
Are you a femboy?
Do you want me to be one?
Yes, I want you to be my little senpai fanboy. Please,
That's
my
a
little
odd
Discord
request.
kid.
You know the moment when I muted them because I was like, yeah, I'm not ready for that. I made the conscious decision to unmute them, and I got yeeted into this. You may not like it, but this is what peak Valorant looks like. Yeah.
Nice! Good job, man.
Good job.
Can you give me a food job?
He's special. He's a special one, yeah.
No. Are you a guy or a girl? Because I prefer men.
He's a special boy, yeah. Rena's a really special boy.